My name is Kavita Melwani, and I am a multi-certified intuitive success coach. I want to personally welcome you to Aligned and Soulful Success, where we empower soulful empaths, sensitives, and conscious leaders to confidently align with their purpose and opulently shine their light without the hustle. Together, we will explore challenges and real implementable solutions so you can step into your unique purpose and shine. It is possible to bridge the success that you already have with the truest, soulful, mystical parts of yourself. Are you ready to rise up? Then listen in. Hello, everyone. This is Kavita with Aligned and Soulful Success, and I am a spiritual success and business coach. And if you are an empathic or soulful, conscious, heart centered entrepreneur, then this podcast is for you. So, this week, I am wanting to discuss, or I want to discuss community and how important community and creating community is for an entrepreneur, for any empath, even if you're not an entrepreneur, and especially if you're an empathic entrepreneur. Now, a community is important, and also important is that it's an aligned community, because just being around people may not be what you need. Okay. So I'm going to talk more about that. And so if you're listening to this because you're empathic, you want to become an entrepreneur, then I want you to see these aspects from that lens. So first, most empaths are introverted. Okay, so most empaths are introverted, and so an introvert is someone that is regenerated or energized by being by themselves. So that does not mean, which is that you are not good at socializing. It does not mean that you don't like being around people. Okay, those are some misconceptions about an introvert. In fact, an introvert can be really great at connecting with people and speaking with people, and can often be well liked because they can be great listeners. Okay, and people love to be listened to and they love to talk about themselves. So, an introvert just re energizes, rejuvenates by them being by themselves. Now, if you mix in what's happened these last few years, where we did spend a lot more time by ourselves, it's become kind of comfortable now. And if you add to that these messages that we've been constantly been receiving, that it's not safe to be around other people, it's not safe to go to group events, and it's there and it's in our mind, and it may even be part of what's playing out in your subconscious mind. So you may be uncomfortable already before the pandemic, before the lockdowns, being in social situations. It would be maybe already challenging for you, but now that we're back to more normalized life, or normal life, I guess you could call it, of allowing that socialization in person, then there's this extra layer of feeling maybe some anxiety, some anxiousness, or discomfort that you're not able to identify why. And part of it is that it's no longer as familiar to be around other people. And the other part of it is there may be some of that left over in your mind, right? Because we've been hearing it over and over again that it's not okay to be around other people, 6 feet, all the things, right? So, as an entrepreneur and as an empath, community is so important. And being introverted and being comfortable by yourself is a really good trait. Unfortunately, if you let it get out of hand, you can be by yourself too much. And you can be very comfortable by yourself and really not connect with others, right? And because a lot of empaths are sensitive and have a rich inner life, you can actually feel enough satisfaction by yourself. You don't need to be around people. Community, though, and being around an aligned community and people creates the connection that we need, even though it doesn't seem like we do. Okay. It is important to have people around us so that we can create relationships, even if you're using it as a ways to see where you're triggered and work on whatever's in your subconscious mind. If it's a way that you're going to build your business through creating relationships and helping each other build your businesses, if it's through a community where you just feel more grounded and present, right? Because that's important, because we can often get lost in our heads, especially if we're online a lot, if we're talking a lot, and reading a lot. And so using that gift, your ability to actually connect with people, like I said, a lot of introverts and a lot of empaths can use their strengths to deeply connect with people. Now, they may not be the loudest people in the room. They may not be the most memorable person in the room to everyone, but to the right people, you can go and you can be memorable because you can deeply connect. Okay. And deeply connecting with others is so important for us as human beings, and is also important as an entrepreneur, because entrepreneurs often are by themselves a lot. Okay. Unless they're working with their clients. Now, even if you're working with clients, I know that you're not alone. That relationship is very different than it is with like a colleague or other entrepreneurs or friends, right? And so creating those connections where you can talk about challenges that you're having, you can maybe help each other with your businesses. You can just be present and talk about how some of the challenges that just come with being an entrepreneur, even if it's not specific in your business, right? And so feeling that connection is so important to someone's mental well-being and mental health. And also, it's sometimes you don't realize how much you're missing it unless you're doing it. So the doors are open for my program, Hiding to Shining, a program for soulful entrepreneurs to create the foundation for their purposeful and profitable business. I am so excited to be able to offer this. So unlike a lot of group coaching programs, this is going to be a small, intimate group. I'm not going to have more than 8 people in this program, and some of those slots are already full when I'm recording this. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. If this is something that you could be interested in, I have a link in the show notes for you to be able to book a call with me to discuss if it's a good fit. Okay, I'm only having those calls till the end of the month, till March 30th, because the program starts on April 3rd. Okay, so if it's something you're interested in, you're not sure, just click on the link, book a call, and we will connect individually. Okay, so this program is going to be for those who have a deep inner calling to serve, but get stuck in the weeds of running their business, feel like they're working all the time and not getting the results that they desire. They're confused or overwhelmed in their business. If you're searching for what you think is the secret sauce to a purposeful business and profitable business, and you're not sure what that is, if you're ready to attract dream clients in a way that matches your strengths, okay? And if you want the coaching at a level where you receive one-on-one individual support, then this program is for you. Because I'll be having 3 small group coaching calls, modules that you have, and trainings and worksheets and visualizations that you have lifetime access to, and 2 one-on-one coaching sessions with me, all included in the program. And there is the opportunity to upgrade to more one-on-one sessions if you like. Okay? So I would love to have you in this program if it sounds like it's for you. All you have to do is book the call and we'll chat. I'm looking forward to connecting with those that this resonates with. And so the other thing that is helpful and why being in community is helpful is that you can learn new things, right? You can learn and be exposed to different ways of thinking and learn about opportunities that you may not learn about. You can be exposed to different ways of doing business and even different types of businesses that you may not have known existed if you're in a business networking type community. And then you can, again, like I said, support each other. So it can open up your mind to things that you may not have noticed before, to possibilities that you did not notice before. And so having that community you can lift each other up if it's a good community and it's an aligned community. Okay, so lifting each other up, the uplifting community, the supportive community, that kind of is so important for heart-centered, empathic people, right? And for everybody, really. Um, and then, when you're in community, there is this exchange of kind of energy happening, right? So if you're in a community that's generally uplifting and people want to support each other and inspiring, you can actually leave feeling more motivation for your business. You can actually leave feeling excited about possibilities because you heard about some things that other people are doing that's working. You have some new ideas that can come up. You have someone that you can meet for tea, coffee, lunch, dinner, happy hour, whatever you like to do, right? And you can talk about what's happening. Because I can tell you that I hear this over and over again, and I've experienced it myself, that friendship as an entrepreneur can become very difficult. And I'll tell you what I've seen and why I believe that's the case. Part of it is that your schedule is flexible and the work never ends. Okay. And people that are not entrepreneurs get that, but they don't really get it. Right. So then they can assume that you have all this extra time and want to do things during the day, during times that don't work for you. And so there's a sense of like not being seen. Right. And the availability being different. And then also your entrepreneurship journey is most likely consuming a lot of your time and energy and just your brain space. Okay. And so while it's consuming that part of your brain, you think about it a lot, some of your friends may not have something like that in their life, right? They may have aspects like that in their life. And most likely you've become an entrepreneur because it's something that you're passionate about and you want to do and that you love. And so you love to talk about it. Oftentimes I've been in social events where actually no one cares, right? They really don't want to hear about it. But I can tell you that if you're with a group of entrepreneurs, they do want to hear about it and they want to talk about their business and they're excited to share the things that are going well, the challenges, all the things that come with being an entrepreneur. So I'm not saying, to ditch your friends. I'm saying that keep those friends and also create the community that really sees this part of you, this part of your life that is important. Okay. Um, and having that supported way to lift you up. Often, people that are not entrepreneurs can be naysayers. Okay. So they can be the person that says things like, you're crazy. That can't be done. Why would you start that business? I don't think you should do that. Right? That's not possible. Who would pay for that? Right? You can't make money doing that. Right? Things like that. And that's when people make comments, it's always coming from their own stuff. Right? So it's maybe coming from their own beliefs, their own conditioning. It's coming from a part of them, not all of them, okay? But maybe some of them have some dreams and things that they thought about doing, but they're not doing. So you doing it reminds them of that. And they're like, that the reason I didn't do it because it's not possible. So how can you do it? It's not possible, right? So then there can be this sense of you feeling like maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I should stop this. Maybe I should stop this journey. And that's not supportive when you're doing something like an entrepreneurial journey. An entrepreneurial journey is challenging, it has its ups and downs. It's going to show you all the places that you need to work on yourself and improve, right? And it's not for the faint of heart. Okay. And even not to say that if you're not an entrepreneur, you're not courageous. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that people that are on the journey, it's even just starting it takes a lot of courage and it takes a lot of energy and resilience to continue that journey. Okay. And not everybody can understand that. And so having a community, an aligned community, can help you with, again, bringing you up, encouraging you, letting you know by their modeling and also by their words that you can do this, right? That it is possible to create and to actualize your dream. Okay. So these are just some of the reasons that finding an aligned community is important for entrepreneurs, for empathic entrepreneurs, and even for empaths. And so some of that is, I'll repeat and recap some of the things I shared, is that a lot of us are introverted and can be really happy by ourselves. And being by ourselves have been kind of supported over the last few years. And we may have received some subconscious messages saying that being with other people is not safe. Okay. And that's different now. And there is so much benefit to being with other people. Also, being with the community, you can use your strengths to deeply connect with people. Like I said, you may not be the loudest person in the room, but to the people you deeply connect with, you will create connection because they can tell that you truly want to connect with them and you're probably a good listener and you really go with a heart of wanting to help. Okay. And that it can also, by being in an aligned community or communities, you can be with other entrepreneurs who understand your journey because they're on the same journey and can support you through that by even just listening and inspiring and uplifting you. And the people around you may be naysayers on your journey, which is why the community is important. Okay, so finding that community for yourself is something I'm going to encourage you to do. You can look for business networking groups, you can look for mastermind groups, coach training programs, people that have similar interests, right? So there's lots of ways to have that community. You can create the community. I've done that before, right? There's a lot of ways that you can look. What I would encourage you to do is explore, take steps, and use your intuition to pick where you're meant to go next and make sure that it feels aligned and it's a supportive community. Okay. So, and that will help you feel supported, inspired on your journey and can accelerate your success. So, this is Kavita with Aligned and Soulful Success, wishing you all the success that you desire. And in the meantime, take good care. Bye. Thank you for joining us for Aligned and Soulful Podcast. To view the show notes and all the links that I mentioned in today's episode, please visit alignedandsoulfulpodcast.com. That's also where you can download my free gift, which is an abundance visualization and exercise to help you unlock your abundance. And so, also before you go, make sure you subscribe to the podcast so that you can receive new episodes right when they're released. You can subscribe right now in the app that you're listening to this podcast on. And thank you again for joining me for Aligned and Soulful. This is Kavita Melwani. I will see you next time. Until then, take good care. Bye.